Movie Magic 8 Ball presents 1985's Return to Oz. Now, if you let your kids watch this, you probably forgot how freaking crazy it was. This is not your, oh Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. No, definitely not your 1939 Dancing Down the Yellow Brick Road movie. This is the writer and director did some mushrooms and didn't have to worry about PG-13 ratings back in 1985 movie. That's what this is. Dorothy is played by this chick named Fairuza Balk. Now, you're thinking, she looks cute and scarily familiar. That's because she is played by the crazy chick in the movie The Craft, which is also Bobby Boucher's psycho girlfriend in Waterboy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this chick might have a few bodies in her basement. That's all I'm saying. So here's a quote I got on my iPad from her. Listen to this. I'm beginning to get pigeonholed as the girl who plays the crazies and the weirdos. And that's not the entirety of who I am. Hopefully the whole point of being in this profession is that you change into anyone you want to be. Now, if you don't want the world to see you as bat-shiz cray-cray, maybe don't use the phrase entirety of who I am. Cuckoo. Oh, this is bonkers Oz. That's what this movie is. Dorothy gets put in an insane asylum at the beginning of the movie where they're planning on lobotomizing her with shock therapy. Yeah, kids movie. Ooh. Now, I watched this one with my 6-year-old daughter during COVID. Now, see, what happened was my wife was pregnant and she went to go have the baby because we didn't have anybody to watch our little one, and we wanted to make sure nobody knew what COVID was at the time, but we thought it was deadly. So I stayed home with my daughter, and my wife went and had our second daughter. And so while my wife was in labor, my daughter and I watched a bunch of cool movies. And when she got done with the baby, we picked her up, we went back and we stayed in our little bubble for like 3 months. It was a great time. But if my wife had been home when we watched this movie, she would have taken my head off like Mombi. You're like, what do you mean by that? Let me tell you. So, who do we got here? We got the Tin Man and Cowardly Lion are turned to stone, so we don't really see them except for statues. The Scarecrow, he's been captured by the Gnome King, so nobody knows where he is exactly. Now, Dorothy has a chicken instead of a dog this time, probably because you can't have a dog crap in a guy's mouth in a kid's movie. Just my guess. We have the Wheelers. They're like these psycho, scary people, and they capture Dorothy and TikTok and Jack Pumpkinhead. Now, not the horror movie Jack Pumpkinhead, but pretty freaking close. Now we have TikTok, who is probably one of the coolest characters ever made in a kid's movie. I still remember TikTok. He was awesome. But now the Wheelers are basically, if you have some tweaked out rollerbladers, get struck by lightning and fall into a vat of toxic chemicals, yeah, the Wheelers are what you have left. Yeah. So the Wheelers take our heroes to Princess Mombi, and she thinks Dorothy has a pretty head. That's right. And she wants to keep it. What? Kids movie. Yeah. So that's right. She imprisons them in her tower with all of her other heads. Yeah, the chick has a head for every occasion. So here's the crazy part. She sleeps without her head on. That's right. And she doesn't walk good without it, which begs the question, if she eats too much flying monkey tacos and in the middle of the night has to run to the crapper, how in the world does she make it there in time? Because she is all over the place. Am I the only one that wonders that? Maybe. And then we have the Gnome King. He's not really scary. He's like motion capture and a guy painted gray. Yeah, he's beaten because the chicken lays an egg in his mouth and he dies because eggs are poisonous to him. So that's why we don't have Toto in this one, because like I said earlier, You can't have a dog crap in a dude's mouth in a kid's movie. Princess Ozma is freed, and all of our heroes are unstoned. And Ozma, you're like, who's that? I don't know. Some little girl that's stuck in a mirror. For some reason, Mombi trapped her there, but I guess she wasn't cute enough to take her head. I don't know. But she gets free, puts on the ruby red slippers, clicks her heels 3 times, and sends Dorothy back to Kansas with a promise of a sequel. We never got that cool sequel. That would have been fun. Now Dorothy tries to get back by learning magic, but then she goes cray-cray, and she gets her butt stomped by the chick from Party of 5 and the Scream movies. So we never get a sequel, but Dorothy is stupid because at the beginning of the movie, she's telling people about Oz, but nobody believes her, so they send her to the crazy home. So when she gets back, she sees Ozma and the chicken in a mirror. She hollers at Annie M to come see her, but they go, shh, don't tell anybody we're here, because Dorothy's a moron and really likes shock therapy, I guess. So, Movie Magic 8 Ball says, if you like this movie as a kid and aren't raising little pans of 5 wusses that also love this movie, then your future is looking pretty freaking good.